Hey everyone, this is me, Jaden, and I just got done watching The Defenders. As you can see, it finally came on Netflix. After a whole week of waiting, there it is. And let me tell you something right now. You thought that both seasons of Daredevil were good? You thought Jessica Jones was good? You thought that Luke Cage was good? You thought that Iron Fist was good? This is on a whole new level. And I'm not going to spoil anything because I finished the entire series. And so, I'm not going to say anything because it just came out today. So I'm not going to spoil anything for the people that haven't watched it. But it is only 8 episodes, so I only it probably won't take you that long if you continuously watch it. But this series was absolutely fantastic. And by the way, when you finish the series, stay until the end. Like in the end credits of the last episode, you gotta stay because there's a little treat at the end. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's a little treat at the end. Yeah. I thought, me personally, this is one of the greatest MCU stories ever told. Right up there with Spider-Man Homecoming, right up there with Jessica Jones, and I believe that this is better than both of the Avengers movies combined. I say it tops the Avengers movies and it's right up there with the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. It's really that good, and this makes me really look forward to the future of not only these characters but the entire MCU, because after you watch an MCU story, there's always the point where after you watch it, you're just like, well, after this, where do they go from here? And that's always the most interesting part, because what Marvel does, especially when it comes to the MCU, is that they will have you speculate, and they are very secretive when it comes to the MCU. That's obvious. But they will have you speculate and speculate and speculate. And that's what I like about the MCU in particular, because you don't know what's real or what's fake, but it's fun to speculate. And I'm really looking forward to the future of the MCU and these characters. Like, do I think that there will be a Defenders Season 2? Yes, I do. But will it be like after the next phase? No. Because, I think that they should focus on the Defenders, because you know how much I love these shows. Especially shows like Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones. Like, enough said. Like, Jessica Jones is like my second favorite MCU story. So, of course it would be up there. But, I want them to focus on the Defenders. I want them to focus on Daredevil. I want them to focus on Iron Fist. I want them to focus on Jessica Jones. I want them to focus on Luke Cage. But at the same time, I want them to introduce new characters, because as the MCU continues to grow over time, we are constantly getting introduced to new characters, constantly, all the time. And I feel like that needs to continue when it comes to the shows, because there's a lot of potential to what characters they could bring to the MCU. If they don't have the time to make a movie, they could turn it into a show. And so, well, yeah, you get what I mean. You know what I mean. But in terms of this show, The Defenders gets a 10 out of 10 from me. This is a very, very, very solid series, and it is definitely one of the best MCU stories I've ever seen. And it is definitely in the top 5. So, after I watch an MCU story, I always get impatient when it comes to waiting for the next one, because I just want to get to it. And of course, the next one is Inhumans, and then after Inhumans, it's Thor Ragnarok, and then Black Panther, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. comes back, and So, whew, I just can't wait for the day when the rightful moment comes, where we see a scene in one of the movies where we have the Avengers, the Defenders, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, where we see all of those characters just on the same screen together. Wait, including the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because I forgot to mention them. Like, I can't wait to see the day. Let me rephrase that. I can't wait to see the day where in one of the movies we see the Avengers, the Defenders, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, the Inhumans, Fantastic Four if they get the rights back, which I really hope they do. Because, Fox, let's get this straight, Fox. You don't know what you're doing. But, yeah, I can't wait. Because when that moment happens, I don't know what I'll do. Because I almost fainted like several times throughout this show. And I was going crazy like several times throughout this show. With just pure excitement. But, yeah. Overall, great show. I can't wait for the next one that comes out on Netflix, which is The Punisher. Which, I think The Punisher is in... Is it in Phase 4 or is it in Phase 3? I'm not sure. But, yeah, the next MCU story for right now is going to be Inhumans in September. So I can't wait for that. So, yeah. I am SpideyFan101 saying, peace.
Fall into pieces, but I need this, yeah, I need this. You're my fault, my